Hello everyone, welcome to my spoiler attack for Venom The Last Dance. Finally I saw it. Can we all agree that these movies are stupid fun? Because that's what they are to me. I'm not gonna say that these are masterpieces. These are stupid fun movies. We all need to be in agreement on that. Just wanted to get that off the chest because I saw this movie last week and I had to rely on like my memory, which isn't the best, and also I had to rely on Wikipedia, which doesn't really do things in the order that I think it does. Because, let's just get into it. I think that this movie started off with basically Null in his own little world, surrounded by xenophages. It's like, hey, the Codex has awakened. I sense it. I don't know where. My xenophages explore the universe and find me my key to escaping. And that's basically it. So the xenophages basically leave in order to search. Meanwhile, with what's happening with Eddie and Venom? Well, we basically take the post-credit scene, or the mid-credit scene, I forgot which one it was, of Spider-Man No Way Home, and we're basically just only using the last part of that one, where Venom goes back to his own universe. Also, we learn that this movie takes place like right after the second movie, and Eddie and Venom throughout these three movies have been together for about a year. But they go back to their own universe. They make I don't know, some kind of cocktail or something like that, and then afterwards they learn about the fact that they are basically on the run for the murder of Patrick Mulligan. So now they are on the run, and Venom has the brilliant idea of going to New York in order to, because he wants to see the Statue of Liberty and to clear his name. So now we have a bit of a road trip adventure, and before we go on that road trip, Venom is also shedding a little bit. At least he was shedding in the MCU. He dropped a wee piece of symbiote there, and now he apparently did the same thing here. So, Venom appearing in the MCU has not been decanonized by this movie, which what people were afraid of, because of the fact that it's like, in the trailer you saw the one guy take the piece of Venom, but that was left in the MCU. Yeah, he also left a piece here in the Venom universe when he paid for his drink. Also, what the whole connecting to the MCU led to is the fact that Venom just said, I don't like multiverses, and that's about it. So as they are walking outside, they're still in their, summer attire, they come across some noises. So they go and head over there, and they rescue some fighting dogs. So yeah, that's nice to do. I'm a dog fan as well, so I like it when those dogs get rescued. And that is also the scene in the trailer where Venom bites everyone's head off, so that's fun. However, it seems that cameras are keeping an eye on them. Also, we need a way to get to New York, and we don't know. We don't really have a way yet. We'll come back to that in a minute. So, meanwhile, I don't know when this happened in the movie, but I'll just talk about it right now. So, the Dr. Payne that is in this movie, maybe family of Max Payne, I do not know. She might have a brother named Max. Anyway, that brother is dead, struck by lightning. This was the backstory that I was like, why? Of all characters, why does she get a backstory? She gets a backstory about her brother being struck by lightning, and that's why she's got a lightning scar on her arm. Like, it felt weird. It does make sense later on, thanks to the symbiote that she gets, but it is really weird though. But what we also learned is the fact that in this universe, they are destroying Area 51 with acid. Yes, of course, why not? You know what? The silliness of these movies never ceases to amaze me. We're just destroying Area 51 with just like barrels of acid where you need a thumbprint in order. It is set up for how this movie is going to end. However, it is still a bit weird. And also that the military people have symbiotes at Area 55, which is, I don't know, maybe like next to Area 51, but underground where no one can see it. But they got a bunch of symbiotes, and I didn't really find it all that clear on how these symbiotes got here, because this was either before Venom 1 or maybe like after Venom 1. I don't know like when they came to Earth. Also, the military people and doctors, they now also have Patrick Mulligan. And he basically, as I said in the review, he turns to exposition. Because if you want the toxin, no. Apparently, the way that it's stated in this movie, the symbiote that was attached to him left him for dead. And then they found him, and now they have given him another symbiote who will do the exposition throughout the whole movie. The green symbiote. What? Okay, so no toxin at all. That's Venom's grandson. He is out there somewhere wreaking havoc, by the way. Toxin's out there wreaking havoc. Or dead. Let's just say Toxin died. But it's so weird. It's like you set that up and then you don't pay it off. But whatever. So back with Eddie Brock himself. He is hanging off the side of a plane with Venom. And Venom is like, told you we could fly. So as they are going, eventually Venom transforms. And then the Xenophage, who is on Earth now, he sees Venom. And heads over there, and they have a little bit of a fight on the plane. And then the Xenophage goes through the engine and basically gets shattered into pieces and falls down. However, this thing apparently is unkillable that way because later on it just, you know, like reattaches itself. Also, Venom now understands that everything is horribly wrong. He goes back inside of Eddie, and then they fall off the plane. However, they are able to parachute their way down, and then Venom is basically like, look, alright, that was a Xenophage, and he is sent by my creator, who needs a key called the Codex, which happens when a host dies and a symbiote brings him back to life. A Codex is created, and that is the only way that the creator can escape Null and destroy everything. And then when Eddie's like, what's the name? He's like, shh, don't say it. Don't say it. He might be listening in. He should not be listening. He might be, if you say his name, he might listen in. Shh. Don't be like that. And then Eddie's like, well, good thing that hasn't happened yet. And then Venom is like, well, actually, in the first movie, you kind of die. So, we have the Codex in us. And the only way to get rid of the Codex, which later on gets explained again, is by one of us dying. Hint, hint. But that's the only way to get rid of the Codex, so that's fun. So as Eddie and Venom are making their way through the desert, I guess. I don't know where they landed, but let's say the desert. They eventually get attacked by the military people led by Strickland. And that is when Strickland also learns of the Xenophage because of the fact that Eddie and Venom, they combine. Because the fact that Eddie can't die. Venom can't let Eddie die. So they become Venom. And then the Xenomorph comes in. The Xenophage comes in. And then once it's a bit more safer, more distractions, Venom goes back inside of Eddie. And the problem is solved. But they are able to escape. And later on, Patrick Mulligan's symbiote. You know what? Let's call him Toxin for now. I know he's not Toxin, but it's the best way. Just give him a name instead of calling the full thing. Alright? So that Toxin basically explains to the people that it's like, look, alright, when the whole thing about symbiote bringing someone back to life creates Codex, Null will come and one of them has to die. And then Strickland's like, alright, I'm gonna kill one of them. Simple as that. Hey, if I kill one of them, the world is saved. Am I correct about that one? I am correct. Also, this kind of storyline doesn't really line up with the storyline before, because the storyline now is the fact that the symbiotes were running, basically, from Null, and that's why they came to Earth. While Riot in the first movie was like, let's conquer it all. So it's kind of weird. So, Eddie, after that whole thing, also we got Venom Horse before the fight. I remember that we got Venom Horse before the fight. I forgot to say that because of the fact that it just popped into my head. But after the whole military intervention thing, Eddie meets the hippies. Yay, finally we have the hippies and we're going on a little bit of a road trip with the hippies to Las Vegas, baby. And while I do like the hippie characters in this movie, I also think that they very much overstayed their welcome. I did like the fact that the kid gives Eddie chocolate and also is like, look, my parents don't like us eating candy. It's like, what is wrong with your parents? But they have a little bit of chocolate, and he's like, I don't want it, but my friend will certainly appreciate it, which will come back into play later on. But I did like that. But he basically goes on a road trip with the, also, if you thought any connection to Lizard, nope, not even close to having a connection to the Lizard at all. It's just an actor brought back for the sake of potentially duping people into thinking it's MCU connected, and when they learn it is not, you know, we already got their money, so who cares? Also, I actually saw this movie on Halloween, which I thought was actually a fun thing. A scary movie, quote unquote. Because monsters in this movie, and I saw it on Halloween, so that's fun. But as they arrive in Las Vegas, they need some new clothes in order to get into a casino, because for some reason they want to go in there. So they steal some guy's clothes, and they go inside. And who do they see? After Venom loses all of the money, but they see Mrs. Jen. How wonderful. So we have a little bit of a fun sequence with her, bringing the spirits back up in this movie. And then Mrs. Chen invites Eddie back up to her room. Not like that. And then she wants to dance, and Venom is like, let's dance. And then Eddie's like, that Xenophage is after us. And then Venom is like, who cares, dude? I want to dance. So Venom comes out and he dances with Miss Jen while the Xenophage is now on its way. And the military are also apparently on its way. So the Xenophage appears. Venom goes back inside of Eddie. Everything seems to be fine. Military attacks, but eventually the military does capture Venom and take him to Area 55. And we also have the Xenophage who follows the chopper somehow. And also secretly gets into the base, which I also found really strange. Like, how did you do that? And obviously, Venom and Eddie have now been separated. Eddie gets put into a cell, and Venom gets put into something, I don't know what you call that, and gets pushed underground. Here we have a little bit of a problem that I will talk about in a minute. So now we basically need to know what to do. Kill Venom or kill Eddie. That's basically what it comes down to. Until the black woman scientist turns into She-Venom and then gives the symbiote back to Eddie. And my question was like, how did you get that symbiote? I mean, you see Venom in the thing and it goes down. You see the black woman be like, like wanting to help Venom, I guess. But we never really see, no alarms go off. How did this happen? How were you able to do this without anybody noticing? But Eddie gets Venom back, the Xenophage attacks, and then now everyone's gonna get a symbiote. So if you are one of those people who is like, look, in the first movie, they basically stated that it's rare for a human and a symbiote to be able to have a connection. Yeah, I don't really think that these symbiotes use these people long enough for it to actually matter. Alright? Because also, if you want to call that into question, how is it possible that Anne was able to have Venom as well? She just put on Venom. The dog puts on Venom. In this movie, we got a Venom horse and a Venom frog. Alright? These people can have the symbiotes. It will potentially kill them in the end, but for a short amount of time, they can do something. So they are able to potentially defend the base, and then when the threat is gone, we can just disconnect from each other and everything will be fine. That's the way that I see it anyway. But everyone gets a symbiote, and now we have the final fight against the Xenophage, and the hippies are also here because they arrived at Area 51. Also, Area 55, now I think about it, was actually under Area 51, so there you go. But the hippies arrive at Area 51, and they're like, let's see what we can find. They go inside, they climb up to the tower, they're disappointed that it's nothing, and then boom, out of nowhere, alien symbiotes and everything, Xenophage. And we have an actually really cool battle that I personally really liked in this movie. I actually love this battle. The fact that all these symbiotes are like, we have to protect Venom. Alright? He is, well, technically the main character, but he has the codex. We can't get Null let free. Alright? Because also, every symbiote knows about Null because of the hive mind thing. So they fight against the Xenophage, who basically takes all of them out. This thing is unstoppable, I swear. However, the Xenophage eventually calls home. And then Null's like, ah, found it. Go, my children, get me my key. Or codex, I don't know. So all of them come out. We have a whole horde of Xenophages, and now we have an even more dire situation. And also, the Dr. Payne, she gets a symbiote as well, because she takes one earlier. And it is kind of like if you had the symbiote version of the Flash or Quicksilver. Speedy. And yeah, that's also where the lightning came from. We'll talk more about the lightning in a minute, alright? But as everyone is fighting against the Xenophages, it just doesn't work. These symbiotes and military people are just getting slaughtered left and right. So Venom knows of only one thing to do. He must make the sacrifice. So as Venom and Eddie are kind of hiding, Venom is like, I'm with you till the end. You know what? I love you, man. I truly do. Basically, there you go. And so, Eddie and Venom are ready to make the ultimate sacrifice. So, Venom grabs these Xenophages and takes them with him. Which, also, if you're wondering how this is possible, but the other ones got torn to shreds, yeah, I don't think that the Xenophages are allowed to kill Venom. So, that is where Venom kind of gets the upper hand. The Xenophages can't kill Venom because Venom has the codex. But the other ones are expendable, so they are easily just like killed. That's the way that, that's the reason why Venom is able to do this. And also Venom is main character. So Venom drags them over to the acid place. He spits out Eddie, and then he tells the military man who was wounded in battle in order to use his thumb in order to have the acid rain down and kill Venom and the Xenophages. And we have the death of Venom. R.I.P. the boy. You will be missed, my friend. Also, the Dr. Payne, at the end of this movie, she keeps her symbiote. So if you want to make a spin-off movie with her, I guess you can go do it. But Venom dies to save Eddie and the rest of the world. It is an actually emotional goodbye. I was like, Venom, no. Why? I mean, I'm happy that it happens too, because I don't want another movie. But why? It's so sad. So everything is done. The world is saved. Eddie's name has been cleared, and he's never allowed to talk about Venom ever again. So Eddie decides to move on with his life. He makes it to the Statue of Liberty. He remembers Venom, and that's basically how the movie ends. Simple as that. That is the end of the movie. And like I said, this is the worst of the Venom movies with the best finale, because I really like the action sequence. It was so over the top and great, but the rest of the movie wasn't really all there. So let's talk about them credit scene, shall we? Starting off with the mid-credit scene where Noel is basically like, I'll be back. Which, cool, great. Yeah, no, please, God, no. Why? Look, man, I didn't need that in my life. I just did not need you to be like, I'll be back. And then in the post-credit scene, you see the bartender who was caught. He comes out. Also, oh, by the way, Strickland also sacrificed himself by lighting the acid, which causes a huge explosion. The fact that a military vehicle door is able to protect Eddie is so weird. But anyway, the bartender walks out because he was caught earlier in the movie. And he walks off while you see a cockroach next to a broken tube, which had a symbiote inside of it. Now everyone is like, Venom will return, because of the fact that that was Venom in there. But if you look at the tube, it has like lightning symbol. The way that I see it, that was the tube that Payne used in order to get her symbiote. That's the only thing that actually makes sense. But hey, who knows? Maybe they're gonna set this up, because good thing I'm actually watching this movie a little bit later, so I can talk about it as well. Because rumor has it, don't know if it's entirely confirmed yet, but rumor has it that Sony is now looking at an Agent Venom movie. And in this movie, they had a guy named Thompson, aka Flash Thompson, aka Peter Parker's bully from back in the day, aka the person in the comic books who becomes Agent Venom. And he was injured during the battle. So people are like, oh, maybe they're gonna do like an Agent Venom movie with him. My only problem with that is the fact that this is all going to be garbage. The only reason that these movies are actually got a trilogy, and also the fact that these movies are actually entertaining, is entirely because of Tom Hardy. Nothing else really matters. It was only because of Tom Hardy. So if you're gonna make an Agent Venom movie, look at the quality of Morbius and Madam Web, and that's probably what you're gonna get. And then in the second movie, they're gonna bring back Tom Hardy because of the fact that he makes these movies. But overall, I enjoyed it. I like the Venom trilogy. I'm never gonna say that it is perfect cinema, peak cinema or something like that, but they are entertaining, stupid movies that I personally like to watch. And yeah, to me, it's over. I am done. Also, in December, we're getting Kraven the Hunter. I am not watching that. I just like Madam Web, and I wish I did with Morbius. I'm not watching those movies. I was here for the Venom ride, and that's it. However, they do set up Noel to come back in Sony's universe, and I don't like that. Also, how is he gonna come back? Because you need the specific circumstances from the original. You need a human killed and a symbiote to bring him back to life in order to get it done. So what, in the Agent Venom movie, is Thompson gonna die and then we're gonna do this again? Basically, we're gonna do this again. However, by the way, also, there's one thing that I am actually kind of a little bit excited about, is the fact that apparently there's gonna be a Spider-Man Noir TV series. I'm actually excited about that. Don't know where I'm gonna be able to watch that thing, but I'm excited about that because it looks good. With Nicolas Cage, which is, I guess, part of the Spider-Verse universe. Like that series. But outside of that, whatever Sony does, I couldn't be asked to care. Okay, at this point, alright, I got my Venom trilogy. Give the rights back to Marvel, and let's just be done with it, okay? I don't need anything else from Sony. I'm done. Alright, simple as that. I am done. And I enjoyed this movie. And Tom Hardy, kudos to you for really making these movies the way that they are supposed to be. Thank you so very much. But that has been the spoiler talk, so put all your spoilery thoughts down in the comment section below. Also, if I wasn't as detailed or if I have missed certain things, I would like to apologize for that. But that's because of the fact that I saw the movie last week, and a lot of the other reviews that I have done or will do are going to be right after I watch the thing, so I have a little bit more of a memory. This one, it's like a week apart because I saw it last week with Halloween. I saw this movie, and yeah, I don't remember everything. So this is the best that you're gonna get. But, like I said, spoiler thoughts down below. Tell me what you guys thought of Venom: The Last Dance. And with that being said, thank you all so very much for watching. And I do hope you guys have enjoyed. And if you did, please like button, subscribe if you're new, if not already. Turn on notifications. Don't forget to check out my Let's Play channel, link in the description and at the end of the video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for another review. And also, a little bit of a update here. Friday will also be my review and spoiler talk, as if I can actually finish it by then, of Agatha All Along. Because that series has finally finished up. I will be watching it after I'm done editing and uploading these 2 videos about Venom: The Last Dance. And I'm gonna work right on Agatha All Along. So yeah, hopefully you'll check that one out as well. Bye!